Hey there, welcome back to day 2 of Multimedia Virtual Learning. If you missed day's 1 lesson, then you will want to start there with that lesson. We do have one small change today. I said last time we would do gradients, paths, and images, and we're going to cut the image part out just so that we can keep it a little shorter and more manageable for you. So how did you do with lesson 1? Did you have any struggles? Were there obstacles? Were there questions that you had? Or did you explore and create something really cool? So let's recall that we are working with vector graphics. Those are the things that we use points to create shapes, thanks to Pierre Bezier. And it also allows us to create really cool graphics like we see on the right side of the screen. Let's jump in with creating some graphics. Today, before we do go to vector.com, as you follow the tutorial, you'll be able to identify more tools. You also get today to check your answers from yesterday and any that you add today. So the link here today is not just the original sheet, but it is the answer sheet. You can check that and check your knowledge for yourself. Today, as you're watching the tutorial, I'd ask you to do things just a little different. You're going to try pausing the video after I show you a tool or skill and try that out for a few minutes, then start the tutorial back up. This makes really good practice and keeps your memory fresh and allows you to try the tool right after you learn it to help you keep that knowledge a little longer. Feel free to take any screenshots and share images with me. This is my email address. It is a link, so you can just click right on it, or you can type in Lisa_Douthit at isdschools.org. Feel free also to share it with your own multimedia teacher. If you don't know how to take a screenshot, here's some chance for you to do a little extra tech learning, and you can click there, and that is a little tutorial on how to take a screenshot with your Chromebook. When you're done with the tutorial, then we are going to go on to the next slide. Don't forget, this is our link. Click on that link. I've already pre-clicked on it and grabbed the rectangle. So we talked a little bit about this pen tool and that it was called the path. All vector graphics have a path. And so this one has a path, and I can see that when I double click on it, I get my vector. So these little dots around the outside are how many vectors this particular rectangle has. There are two ways I can change this shape. I can pull on one of the vectors, and you can see that now I can change this shape. I can pull the inner dots in, and this will round any of the corners. So, and I can pull this in as far as I want, and I'm going to pull this one in. And so this is how, again, I can change the shape and what I'm making. Kind of looks like a gumdrop. I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to grab so we can see this very same concept with the ellipse. So I'm going to grab this circle. And you'll notice that with this circle, if I double click, I have still the 4 dots. And if I pull in one, now I'm getting a completely different shape. This is where I could change this. I've rotated and moved this piece to the bottom and changed it to green. I'm also going to change the color of our top piece. Now I'm going to show you how to create the gradient on our shapes. I'm going to click on it, and over here I get my filters. The filter we're going to use is up here in the word color. I see I have some choices. We're going to choose linear gradient. If I click here on the color, I now get this bar that goes across my object, the top being white and the bottom being black. I'm going to start with the black, and I'm going to change that to a different color. I can also click on the top and I can change that. I can change the direction of the gradient if I move the bar. I can do the same to my bottom piece by clicking color. This time we're going to apply a radial gradient. Radial means circular. You'll notice the circle outline, and if I bring this in, that circle will come a little more to the center. And if I make my diameter smaller, we can see that little blue circle. Once I get the colors the way I want them, then I can move my objects around where I think they should go. I've decided that I want this to be behind the gumdrop. So I am going to use these tools up here, and I'm going to send this to the back. I'm also going to rotate it to make it look like some kind of ears. Some other things I can do with that function when I click on an object is to flip them. I can flip things vertically, or I can flip things horizontally. You're going to take the objects that you've made, and we're going to try to make them into something. I'm going to just finish this out as an example. I'm going to make some eyes. We'll make this one blue. I'm going to make a copy of it, which is Control C. I'm going to make these, that's so that these two little eyes will be the same. And then I'm going to get one more ellipse. This one I'm going to make pretty tiny, and I'm going to make it white. Now you'll notice that when it became white, I cannot see it, but if I hover over it, it'll show the outline around it. Now I can place that, copy and paste, and we have some kind of a little creature. Now you're going to take these ideas that you learn, and you are going to try to create something of your own. And you are going to continue practicing those first three things: exploring the tools, making different gradients, practicing different paths. Then I want you to try to take more than one shape and combine them to look like an object or a design. There are some examples right here that you can click. This is what they look like. There's just a few, just to give you some ideas. You may create anything on your own. Feel free to take any screenshots and share your images with me. If you have questions, please put those notes down there at the bottom of your focus note sheet. Share your notes or email them to me, and I will address them in the next lesson. And I will see you for the next lesson, which we will talk about uploading images and working with them.